G'day and welcome to the final video on the unit circle. In this video I'm going to explore some of the formulas that we occasionally can be exposed to. Now this is not really a big part of the course. To be honest, I think the only reason that these have been put in here is because we've got the CAS calculator, and sometimes the CAS calculator does some strange things. I'm fairly confident, in fact I think I heard an examiner once say this, that they will never be, these types of formulas will never be on exam 1. They will only ever be on exam 2 when you have your calculator and you also have your notes. So you don't need to remember any of these formulas, you just need to remember that they exist and that you can possibly use them at some point. So for people doing specialists, you've already seen all of these and you've actually proved them in other ways. In methods, we're just going to assume that they're true and that we're going to sort of use them occasionally. So so you need to be aware of these formulas. Occasionally your calculator uses them automatically. You only need to know them for exam 2, as I just said. So the two types of formulas that we need to know are the compound angle formula and the double angle formula. Now as you can see that there's quite a few there. I don't really expect you to remember them. I'm not going to go through them in great detail. I'll just show you an example of one of them, and then you can probably do the rest of them. So I'm going to show you an example of the first one, actually, a compound angle formula. I'm going to start with sine of 75 degrees. Now I don't know how to do sine of 75 degrees. It's not one of my special triangles. But I guess what I can do is I can use this formula up here, and assuming that that's true, I can find out what the answer is to sine 75. I'm going to assume that u plus v equals 75. Okay, so 75, u plus v equals that. So u plus v equals 75. I'm going to say that u is 45 and v is 30. Okay, so that means that if I use this formula up here, I've got sine u cos v, cos u sine v. I can actually say that sine, I've already forgotten, u equals 45, v equals 30, and what was it? Sine u cos v. Okay, so sine of u, which is 45, times cos of v, which is 30, plus, we'll just check it again, cos u sine v. Okay, so cos 45 times sine of 30. Now, I do know how to do all of these values over here, because I know that sine of 45 is 1 over root 2, or root 2 on 2, hopefully you know that straight away. Cos of 30 is a half, plus cos of 45, which is 1 over root 2, and then sine of 30, which is a half. I've made a mistake, that's not a half, that must be root 3 on 2. So my answer ends up being root 3 on 2 root 2, plus 1 over 2 root 2, so that is root 3 plus 1 over 2 root 2. I'll just check that on my calculator. So I'll do sine of 75, and I probably need to put my degree sign in. There we go. And what is that? Root 3 plus 1 all multiplied by root 2 over 4. I'm going to prove that my answer is exactly the same as that. With this, I don't want the root 2 on the bottom, so I'm going to multiply everything by root 2. That means that it's root 3 plus 1 all multiplied by root 2 all over root 2 times root 2 is 2, and so 2 times 2, which is 4. And I've got exactly the same as I did on my calculator. So there you go, that's just a way of using these formulas to show that we do know how to do something even if we didn't think we did. So sine of 75 I can now do. I can actually use lots of these different formulas to find out all of those types of things. That's all I want to do, actually. I think there's a couple of questions in your textbook that plays around with some of these types of things. Let's just take them as they come, because they're not a big part of the course, and I wouldn't stress too much about them. If you want to know more, if you want more questions, I can give them to you, but I would prefer to focus on other things like the next videos, like graphing and other things that we've seen, like symmetry and those sorts of things. But that's the double angle formulas and the compound angle formulas. So thanks for watching.